I used to believe in the Aryan invasion myth. I don't even know what that is. I honestly have no clue.
That they invaded.
But I thought Indians were Aryan.
Maybe that's a myth.
Okay, wait, okay, whatever. I used to believe in the Aryan invasion myth.
Until 2016, you'll be surprised to know, I was a firm
Come on, there we go.
believer in the Aryan invasion theory. I mean, I have been studying and reading about history my entire life, and every single book I read, every single research paper or article I read, they all supported the Aryan invasion theory, including books and by Indian authors, people like Bal Gangadhar.
God bless you. The whole thing was shaking because my dog sneezed under the bed.
Tilak, Dayanand Saraswati, and so many others. So everybody supported the Aryan invasion theory. So, and there was a great deal of scientific evidence as well. There is the genetic evidence that links Indians to people from Europe. There is the linguistic evidence that links India, the ancient languages of India, with the modern languages of Europe. And every single researcher, every single historian, they all drew the conclusion that this is an invasion that came from Eastern Europe or Central Asia into India and into Europe. And this is how we have these connections. So I saw no reason to not believe it, because everybody, every eminent historian, every scientist, they all unanimously agreed with this theory. And I was aware that there were certain Indian voices that were in opposition to this theory. I had heard about this out of India theory, and I frankly found it embarrassing. My attitude was very simple. We know that that humanity came out of Africa. So how does it matter that whether there was an invasion by the Aryans from Europe or not? We are all migrants. So why do we have to oppose everything? Why do Indians, especially Hindu nationalists, have to say that everything came out of India? That was my position on this. I found this opposition to the Aryan invasion theory very
That's I can see why people, because like the gypsies as well were originally from India. Yeah, they just migrated out and mixed. They mixed in everywhere, and then the gypsies to this day have been a constant nuisance where they are. I'm not gonna lie, that they're a nomadic people and they just became a constant nuisance. But yeah, I mean, it's great to have like nationalistic pride, because every other nation doesn't have that complete 100%. All other nations are pretty much born from when the borders were established and society basically took hold there and grew from there. Borders have moved little here and there from time to time, but other than that, I mean, nobody has had one constant, we have been here forever. I mean, you can talk to Mormons and they believe Jesus Christ was an American who went to the Middle East, and then like Bethlehem is apparently in America. But people delude themselves in order to feel like they're the center of the world. That happens all the time, and I think for a lot of people, like Indians especially, who were learning all this stuff and hearing like, oh, well, this came from, I read here that it came from outside. I read here that it came from outside. I read here that it came from outside. And then they hear all these Indians who are like, no, we are from here. We are the first here. We are the best here. And then it's just like, no, that's nationalist. That's cause, because around the world, people with that mindset tend to be more in cults than anything.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, Jesus, the white American. Exactly.
Because if he came from Middle East, then he'd be detained by ICE.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Basically just like the Indians. I mean, they're all the Middle East, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
embarrassing, right? Now, then what happened is that I recently came across some new research about an invasion of Europe that happened about 5,000 years ago. So there was this bunch of horse-riding men, extremely violent men, who invaded Europe from the east about 5,000 years ago, and they committed an absolute genocide in Europe. They wiped out every single European male, and they took all the females as their reproductive partners. And
talking about the Turkey?
In a very brief period of time, the entire
the Ottoman Empire.
European male genetics were wiped out. And today's Europeans are the descendants of these new invaders from 5,000 years ago and the older European women. So I saw this research. Let me show you some. I have spoken about this before. So this is one of the headlines. The most violent group of people who ever lived. Horse-riding Yamnaya tribe used their huge height and muscular build to brutally murder and invade their way across Europe more than 4,000 years ago. So this is one headline. This is another headline. The most murderous people of all time revealed in ancient DNA. This was a violent conquest of Europe, and genetic analysis tells the tale for the first time. This was from 2019, but this news started coming in research papers from 2015, I think, onwards. Here's one more: Stone Age genocide, vengeful prehistoric invaders who changed Europe forever. So essentially, we find this sudden shift in European genetics. It's a clear indication of genocide, wide-scale genocide. The entire genetic makeup, the patrilineal lineages change overnight almost in Europe. So this is a sudden influx of foreign genes. And of course, there is a corresponding change in the kind of pottery and cultural artifacts that you have. So everything changed all of a sudden, not just the genetics, but also the pottery, also the cultural artifacts, also the kind of burial goods you have, the kind of burial rituals you have, and all that. And also you find this widespread evidence of massacres. As you can see, this is a mass grave. A number of people dumped.
Honestly, that does make a lot of sense, because the reason why Lord of the Rings was written is because J.R.R. Tolkien hated the fact, he's on record saying that he hated the fact that every nation, every people has their own mythology around the world, that of their gods. Even the Native Americans, the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Indians, the Greeks, the Romans, everyone has their mythological history, and Europe didn't have one. But this would make sense if it was eradicated off the map at a point in time. That's why Lord of the Rings was written. That's why he did the appendices. That's why he did the Silmarillion. That's why he did all these, to flush out the lore of his mythology for the Europeans. Absolutely, because I always thought King Arthur was the mythology for Europe, because it's more of a fictional story than anything. I still wish that the King Arthur movie that Guy Ritchie was making actually continued. I love that film. I absolutely love that film. But it explains a lot. It explains a lot because they had no real mythology of the past, yet they have ancient architectures and sculptures and Stonehenge and things that were built prior to the civilization that lives there today. So you can easily believe this, because that's the thing. I'm like, Europe? What? Really? And then I thought about it. It's like, oh, that explains why there is a lack of mythology, because there's something that always, especially back in the day, brought the people together. Their mythologies, always their mythologies, always what they were willing to believe.
Together into a pit and buried hastily, without any ceremony, without any respect. So these are the original Europeans who were massacred in enormous quantities by these new horse riding invaders. Okay, so I found this very interesting, that this sort of a thing had happened in Europe. And I also found that these same Yamnaya invaders were supposed to have brought the Aryan genes into India, right? So I found this very curious. I found it very interesting, and therefore I researched it further. I started researching the genetic data that we have. I started researching all the other kinds of evidence, and I found something very surprising. Let me share another thing with you. So once I started looking into the genetics, I found very interesting.
Is his camera shaking, or is our screen shaking?
Yeah, because you touched the mic and then immediately the whole thing started shaking. Yeah, it's his camera shaking.
Okay.
A lot of them have the same setup I do, so when you touch it, it kind of rocks back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. It's working. His is too close, and it's probably not as, because mine is all anchored into one setup.
Yeah,
His is probably loose, so it wiggles a little more. But yeah, I don't know who these big violent people were. I've never heard of the Yanamata, whatever he was saying.
Yeah, because so is he saying that they brought the Aryan genes there?
Yeah, allegedly.
But if that was the case, then why aren't Indians more taller?
But wait, the Aryan race is the tall race?
Well, they said the Yama, whatever, people were tall, masculine, whatever, killing people.
Killing males.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Maybe he's getting to that. Who knows?
Okay.
Found that when the out of Africa migration happened, the first place where humanity settled down was India. And more than 90% of the entire world's non-African males are descended from an ancient Indian patrilineal genetic lineage, haplogroup F.
So you're Indian too.
Of all.
So my guess is the white is Indian African mix.
No, he said non-African people all settled there.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like the non-African, which are the Aryan race, which is India, and then you have the black Africans. Where do you have? I mean, the
white, yeah,
the pasty whites. Is it a mix between the because
most
whites have African
they said
genes.
that they killed the guys and then the girls were there, so
yeah,
maybe
the girls
they
were still
mixed there something.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's
Can
the
you turn
thing.
on that thing? There's a,
Oh yeah, there's a thing flying around. Oh.
Is there a switch down
Yeah, there's
here?
no. It's up there.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, never mind. Gotta
Just
scratch that thing.
spray it.
Yeah, but it's funny because we had the genetics thing the other day, and then we're seeing this one today. It makes
what?
yeah,
that's how I feel.
Yeah,
it's my first time hearing about that.
I've never heard of it before, and I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but it's just like I've never heard of it. I don't care.
What it's called.
Yeah, because it's like the Ottoman Empire. Yeah, sure, a massacring race that kept the women and massacred all men.
That's what I was thinking.
But it was just like, oh, the Yamama mama. It's like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
I've never heard of that before. But yeah, it's fascinating how the genes of India. Again, I've always believed that intermixing races is the best future for mankind. I know not everyone agrees, but yeah, the fact that in India it's the most structured and remains the same due to like the caste system, due to like people wanting to remain in their own culture and not wanting to mix outside. So yeah, it's all fascinating.
Non-African men who are alive in the world today are descended from an ancient Indian genetic lineage, haplogroup F. This is a patrilineal lineage which originated about 65,000 years ago in India. I also discovered after that more than 95% of all non-African women who are alive in the world today are also descended from 2 or 3 Indian genetic lineages, haplogroup M and
So basically,
R.
everybody's Indian.
Well, I can believe it. Like, I was going to say something that basically objectifies women. Most women that have very, very nice assets, you can say that they probably have genetics from India in one way or another. Let's
and
just
Africans.
Yeah. Let's just say that white people in general don't tend to have those types of, especially white women in general, don't tend to have those assets. They just don't. But yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense that it spread out everywhere. Because again, if the culture, there's 1.4 billion people, and yeah, I mean, they're going to end up spreading out over time and mingling with other cultures and spreading and mixing. And then, yeah, you end up getting more and more and more and more and more.
Which, the oldest of which arose in India between 65 and 75,000 years before today. So this tells us that India was the original foundation zone of the out of Africa movement. It is from India that all other non-African populations were populated. So India is the ancestral region of almost all non-African humans today. I found this very surprising. When I researched some more ancient genetic papers, I found that there is completely negligible gene flow from outside into India in the past 10-15,000 years. Negligible. When we talk about the Yamnaya invasion of Europe, that's a complete replacement.
Yamnaya.
The male genetics are wiped out and a new replacement genetics is put in. So that is the Yamnaya invasion of Europe. But in the case of India, there is no such replacement event. The gene flow from outside is completely negligible in the past 10-15,000 years. I also found that the
Happy Republic Day!
Happy Republic
demonstrated
Day.
that North India, South India have essentially the same genetics, right? You see, the distance between northern India, let's say Kashmir or Afghanistan, and southern India is more than 3,000 kilometers. It's an enormous subcontinent. The distance between Sweden and Greece is less than that. And the people of Sweden look very different from the people of Greece, right? So similarly, in India also, we have this enormous genetic diversity, but it's a very ancient, some 60, 70,000 year old ancient genetic population. And that's why there is so much diversity in facial features, in height, in skin color, in eye color, hair color, and all that, right? Then I also found that the Indus Valley civilization is the oldest known civilization of all time.
Watch that video. I found that very fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. The fact that they had the ancient language, the fact that they had trade routes, the fact that they had all kind of e-commerce, the fact that they didn't have like a king. They more had a governing council, more like democracy before democracy was even a thing. Yeah, it was all fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
Oldest continuously existing civilization. And its cultural traits are still present in India today. What we call Hinduism was practiced 5,000-6,000 years ago in the Sapta Sindhu region. There is so much evidence of cultural continuity. So if there was an invasion into India, how come this culture was not destroyed and there was a cultural discontinuity like we find in Europe?
The culture has been tried to be destroyed several times. but it just never takes. I mean, how many times the Mongolians, the Turks, the like every single
religion.
Yeah, has tried one way or another. I mean, even like Alexander, you had Romans, you had everyone try to come down and take over, and then give up when they basically got a foothold in India.
Yep.
Like Alexander basically made it over to the border, was able to meet with one of the princesses, and then that was it.
He died.
Yeah, because he married one of the princesses, because he believed like the best way to, again, Alexander the Great believed the best way to immerse yourself in a culture is to marry one of the local women, one of the local princesses. And he would do that and kind of marry them to basically say, okay, you'll be a part of the family as well. A smart way to do it, but at the same time, too many wives, you're gonna get assassinated.
No, he died of malaria or diarrhea, something like that.
Yeah, and then they burned the because a lot of the knowledge around the world that places he had conquered went to the Alexandria Library, which
and they burned our and our library was burned. So now they got books and we don't.
But they burned the Library of Alexandria to the ground, which had a lot of
they also burned our
first
libraries.
tomes. First tomes in there, so a lot of knowledge was lost because of that.
And then where is the evidence of the massacres? If there was a Yamnaya invasion into India, and we know how brutal they were, and we know what they did in Europe, we know the genocide they perpetrated in Europe, we know all the mass graves and destruction. So why is it not seen in India? Where is it, right?
Because we don't have
these
graves.
Are some of the things that
we
tell
burn
us
people.
Very fishy about this Aryan invasion theory. So we have evidence of cultural continuity. There is zero evidence of an invasion. There is zero evidence of migration. And there is layer upon layer of archaeological, genetic, linguistic, literary, geological, hydrological, and all kinds of evidence that shows that India has been continuously inhabited by the same population for more than 60, 70,000 years. So all of this taken together shocked me completely. It shook my entire whatever I believed until then. And after this, after seeing the actual scientific data, I have come to the very firm conclusion that the out of India theory is much more viable and much more consistent with the facts than any Aryan invasion or migration or tourism or picnic theory.
Why you guys celebrate Indian Day with them? They are making fun of India every time. Just believe on your own history.
What?
He's just coming to rage bait, basically. He knows nothing about anything, it seems. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just here to make fun.
Sure.
Actually, I'm here to have fun, but that neither here nor there. Wait.
Why is his name Ankit Savitri?
I don't know.
Ankit is a guy's name. Savitri is a girl's name.
Maybe it's a kid's account, and the brother sister share it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So that is why. After seeing the evidence, after seeing the factual evidence, after studying it for a very long time, I came to the conclusion that this Aryan invasion theory is completely fake. And after seeing all this, I wrote an article in 2017. So this is the article I wrote. It's in indiafacts.com. The title of the article is Aryan Invasion Myth, How 21st Century Science Debunks 19th Century Indology. So this is an article I published in 2017 in which I have given an entire detailed analysis of all the evidence that was available till 2017 about all these facts, about all these aspects of the Aryan invasion that are completely disproved by various scientific and other evidence. So it's a reasonably detailed article. I would recommend that if you're interested, you should all go through this.
Who's going to read all
This is the
that?
first article that I know of.
Yeah, I prefer something concise. I mean, I like having a lot of information, but at the same time, especially in like video format, you kind of just want to throw it out and let what stick and then prove like, oh, there's also this, but this is why I say this. I enjoy that kind of thing because there's always people who will argue against something every single time. There's a religious story. He met saints and after conversions got knowledge, and then he
conversations got knowledge.
And after conversations got knowledge, and then he ordered his hands to be left out of his own coffin. What? To show he took nothing from Earth even after the fights?
Who?
Yeah,
Alexander?
Who? I don't, maybe. I don't
know
remember that.
Who are we talking about?
I don't remember Alexander's. Yeah, I don't remember Alexander doing something like that. But then again, I might have missed that part. Yeah. Well, oh well. Oh well.
That puts everything together in one place. Nowadays, of course, there are many more people who are investing their time into this, and we have much more evidence that's coming out. But as far as I know, after all my detailed study, this 27 article,
Alexander.
2017
Alexander.
article is the
Okay.
first article that puts everything
You're right.
together in one place. So this
It
is
was what we were
everything that I
talking about.
found until that time. Of course, I have done more research.
I didn't know that.
Subsequent to this, to the publication of this article. So that is something I would recommend you people
Every
read.
time he touches
Now
the
let me show you
shakes.
something else. That's something that's a little more interesting. So these Yamnaya people that we spoke about.
Yes. Who
We
are
spoke
they?
About these Yamnaya people who invaded Europe. Their facial reconstructions were done. They found these skeletons of these Yamnaya invaders, and this is what
They look like Britishers.
They look like Native Americans
Yeah.
to me.
The first one looks like Native American. The second one looks like a mix between Native American and a Britisher, and the
Yeah,
third one
you-
looks like
this
a
is
Greek
Yeah,
person.
it looks like Superman's jawline right there. The ultimate Chad. Of course, they went in and killed all the guys. They were the
Yeah.
ultimate Chads, I guess.
Yeah.
the reconstructions look like. As you can see, these are reasonably European-looking people, right? Tall, strong, sturdy. Look at the face; it is a European-looking face. This is another one, another European.
Yeah. A little slow European-looking person.
A Down syndrome.
Yeah, a little Down syndrome. A little down. Just a little down.
Individual, young man, strong man. Look at this person, European-looking person. But these are all ancient reconstructions from many years ago. Today, with more genetic information, with more genetic data, we know more details about these invaders of Europe. We know what was their skin color. We know what was their hair color. We know what was their eye color.
What was?
And after knowing these additional
Yamamoto
details,
peoples.
newer
No, what was their eye
facial
color?
reconstructions have been done of these
No,
men.
they look like Ajay
who
Devgan
changed
looking
the-
Indian people.
That's your own biases right there. That's your own bias. I mean, he does got the SRK jawline.
Okay,
and if
sure,
you have the
sure.
six-pack, I mean, the height.
Like Hrithik Roshan type of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Oh my gosh, his 8-packs. But yeah, I mean, the height would be the only thing that's like, okay, maybe not India,
Yeah.
because height is supposed to be equated with it,
Yeah.
but who knows?
Whatever. And this is what their reconstructions, accurate reconstructions, look like. Take a look at this guy. This is an individual found in Volgograd Oblast, Russia, Yamnaya culture, Bronze Age, about 4,500, 5,000 years ago. This is an invader of Europe.
He
invader
looks
of
like
Russia.
this guy
These are the
who's
These are
talking.
the ancestors of today's Europeans. This is one individual. Here is another individual. This is from again
Another
from
slow
Volgograd
Big
Oblast,
ears.
Russia, Yamnaya culture. This is a third individual. This is
Big
from
ears.
Astrakhan Oblast.
You know, maybe he's
These are
right.
all Kurgan burials. Great burials.
Just because you have giant elephant ears doesn't mean it's the Aryan race, the ultimate race. El Scribbler, I personally don't believe in Aryan invasion or even out India theory either. I believe it was some kind of Aryan migration, which mixed the natives generally and culturally. Yeah, I mean, that makes the most sense. That does make the most sense. Something that's intermingled. I mean, I've always believed that's the only way to future mankind is to have cultures be more immersed, be
Yeah.
more mixed, be more accepting and tolerant of one another. But yeah, because when people start to box themselves out and think, oh, I'm right, you're wrong because I'm X, Y, and Z, you're X, Y, and Z, it just causes more problems. But that's just how I grew up.
Yamnaya graves. These are the invaders who are the ancestors of more than 90% of European men today. These guys. And here is a composite of these three. So my friends, please tell me something. If you were to see these fine gentlemen walking on a street today, what is the first ethnicity that would come to your mind?
First ethnicity. I still think Native American for the first one.
Yeah.
He does look Native American.
Like his nose doesn't, but the rest of the
his
facial features
eyes,
do.
his ears,
Yeah.
the hair, the way it's slicked back. Of
Yeah.
course, they would have a composite of a skeleton.
The third
so-
one looks more like a everyday worker in India.
Yeah, the third one looks like a
Indian guy, yeah.
The middle?
Middle? I don't
A retarded American? I mean, sure, why not?
I don't know what the third one.
Native American, retarded American, and then Indian. How about that? We got it.
Okay.
We got it.
Okay.
we've
Yeah, because out
we
of all
solved it.
three, I think the last one looks more Indian to
Yeah,
me.
he does. He
Yeah.
does. Yeah, the first one though is like 100%.
First one
looks
is
Native
like
American.
when
You put on-
Indian people start getting old and they start
Yeah.
losing weight. That's how it looks like.
Like you can put his like feather cap on, you can get him his earring, his necklace and everything, and he'd look like a chieftain of a tribe. That's how he would look.
Yeah, it looks like Zumba Kesari ad.
What?
do this.
Oh, no, I am not going to do that. I am not going to do that.
Zumba Kesari.
It's a freaking stupid ad.
Do they look like Russians?
Okay.
Do they look like Ukrainians? Do they look like Swedes? Do they look like Europeans? Do they look like Africans? Do they look like Chinese? What ethnicity comes to your mind when you see these fine gentlemen? To my mind, there's only one ethnicity that comes to mind. These guys are Indians. If you see them today, the first thing that would come to your mind is that
Then what happened to the height?
Yeah, what happened to the height?
Isn't height supposed to be like the dominating gene?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the dominating gene. Height is supposed to be the one that is prominent. If they're Indians, what happened to the height? what happened to the height? But yeah, the Native American, retarded American, and then yeah, we have an Indian.
these guys are Indians. So this is what these invaders of Europe looked like. They invaded Europe from the east.
I guess only the
5,000
third
years
guy
ago. It was a
invaded
violent,
India.
Yeah.
These were young horse-riding men, average 6 feet height, strong, muscular, and they just rampaged across Europe and changed the entire genetics of Europe. They killed every last European man, and they took the European women as their wives or partners. And
You
Yeah.
trade your
descended
height
from
for
these
math.
fine people.
Makes sense.
So tell me now,
Oh my
which
gosh.
version of the invasion theory is correct?
Which version of the invasion theory?
I
is
don't know.
correct?
I'll check my DNA and then tell you.
Yeah. You trade your height
Well,
for math.
maybe on that they'll say Yama what Yana.
Yamanamama.
Yeah, DNA.
I had never heard of that before.
Yeah, me neither.
I had never heard of that before. It's crazy. I'm Indian. I'm 19.
Yeah, but like the average
6'2".
guy's height isn't that much.
Yeah, India. Like,
I'm
that's the
sure
thing.
there are people who are like taller.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I gotta say, yeah, I kind of agree because I grew up around brothers. We're all incredibly tall, but I don't go out much. I'm not much of an outdoor kind of body. But if I go to like the big city nearby and I'll go to like the mall, everyone is like here.
I just Google search. The average height for men in India generally falls around 165 centimeters, about 5 feet 5 inches, though this varies significantly by region, nutrition, and whatever's. So yeah, the average is from 4.9 inches to 5.5 inches. And then it varies from like North India. It has higher with averages around 5 feet 6 inches. South India is like often lower with many men around 164 to 172, which is 5'4" to like 5'7" or 5'8". And then the tallest are like the Sikhs in the Punjab, which are usually like 169 centimeters, which is like 5'8" or 5'9". So yeah.
What is the average American height? I mean, that'd be a good thing to compare it to because it's just like just American. I mean, you can't do what is it? Norway, which
average height for an adult male in the United States is approximately 5 feet 9 inches.
A lot of people are just lying on their certificates, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's not right. But I think Norway has like the tallest.
So ethnic variations is like white men are slightly taller, like around 5'10", black men 5'9", and Asian and Hispanic men are shorter, usually 5'7".
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And, Hispanic men are normally short.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we'll never truly know. We'll never truly know. But yes. Yeah, boy.
Stop it.
You
Stop
are
it.
lying. You are not 6'7".
No, he's saying 6'7". That one 6'7". 6'7". The meme thing.
I've never seen the meme. I don't know the meme. I just know people say 6'7" for some unknown reason. They're idiots. But yeah, you are not 6'7". You're 5'10". Don't lie to yourself. You are 5'10".
There you go.
6 feet 27 inches. Yes. I don't really trust that guy much. He seems way too right-wing nationalist from what I seen of him. Yeah, that's the thing. It's difficult to say, especially if you're doing a reconstruction and you're talking about like these giants who went in. They're the Aryan invasion, and then, well, height is supposed to be a dominating factor in genes, and the majority, dude. You're 5'10".
Okay.
The majority genes are actually the tall gene is primarily from, I think, Norway, or is it the Dutch? Which crap? What is the Dutch land called?
Dutch land.
No, what's it called? They're oh crap, I forgot. Who knows more about the geography than me?
Netherlands?
Yes, Netherlands. No, that's not right.
Yeah.
They're
the Dutch people live in Netherlands.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, the Netherlands, they're the highest. I think they're the tallest people in the world. Average around 6'5", I believe. Yeah. So it's just one of those things. So it's like I can understand his argument when you see the sketches, but out of all of them, he was biased in seeing, oh, I see Indians only here. The middle one looked nothing like an Indian. He looked like an American with Down syndrome. That's what he looked like. The first one was a Native American, hands down. You can look at old pictures of chieftains, Native American chieftains, and you would literally believe that that's what it is. The third one, Hrithik Roshan, absolutely. The chiseled jaw, the handsome features. You can imagine the 8-pack abs,
Google
the muscly
says
body.
Yamnaya people were from outside of India.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was trying to say.
Yeah,
it was confusing.
Well, it's just like, oh, he wants to believe.
Yeah.
Again, there's nothing wrong with having national pride. Absolutely nothing with having national pride. But always, especially when it comes...
someone in the history believed that we were, pure whatevers. And then he tried to inculcate that theory in his country. And
No, he was trying to track down the Aryan race through India, which is why he went to the Tibetan temples, which is why he used his Nazi flag to gain access, because they used the same symbol, apparently. And that's how they gained access into those temples, because they were like, oh, we represent the same thing, trying to find the genealogy of the superior race.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why does it matter?
I don't know. That's why I'm like, just everyone mix, and eventually the last humans will be the superior race, because everything, the superior gene will breed out everything else. That's just how it works.
Yeah, it's like so much is going on in like the world right now. So many problems, and then there are people like, oh no, we're not Aryans, we're this, and I'm like,
who cares?
There are people dying of hunger. There are like the whole disaster things happening. There's so much politics going on in the world. There's so much war. Who cares?
Yeah. But always when you watch something that, especially that equates to like history, someone said they discovered it, always take it with a grain of salt, because when it comes to history, us living now will never know, even with science, even with everything, what happened. We will never know.
Yep.
Absolutely. Even if things are written, we will never truly know, because people will always change what they say. Always. And the history is always written by those victors, because you can always look at a battlefield and read 1 or 2, 3, 4. What does the nation say? What does a soldier say? What does the soldier on the opposing side say? What does the nation on the other side say? What do the people on each side say? And
what does the ruling party say?
Yeah, you'll get completely different stories every single time. So in the end, we will never truly know the truth of our own history.
Yeah.
Never. No matter where you are. It's great to have pride in your nation. It's great to have pride in where you came from. But know for a fact, we will never truly know. Never. Stop sharing your own history with them. They don't come. India, watch proof, own eyes. They don't gonna believe Alexander fought with King... What?
Porus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he there's a reason why he couldn't invade India.
Yeah,
so.
But he thinks we're just teasing India.
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't have superior genes. His ears are fused.
What? I do have superior genes.
No, you don't. Your ears are fused.
I have superior genes.
No, fused ears are not superior genes.
I have superior genes.
Nope.
I do.
Nope.
Absolutely.
Nope.
Absolutely. I am the future of mankind.
Sure.
I am the future.
I'm pretty sure somebody else said the same thing, and
And look at what he did. He became a ruler of a nation
sure
for about 10 years.
Yeah.
And before he was, yeah.
Oh, because he couldn't paint.
Well, and yeah, he couldn't paint, and he only had one testicle. So let's be honest. Let's be honest.
You guys get a video? It's so bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait like that.